Provincial Government of Agusan del Norte, to be received by Ms. Irma Suyo, Provincial Disaster Risk and Reduction Management Officer, Agusan del Norte. Once again, let us give our awardees a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. President. At this juncture, may we request the Secretary of National Defense, Secretary Delphine N. Lorenzana, to introduce our guest of honor and speaker.
Mga higala, ang atong pinangga nga mayor sa Davao City, now President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Salamat. You know, I thought we nearly lost our defense secretary. There was a cabinet meeting about 4 days ago, and we were discussing the vacancies in the United Nations and the ambassador also to the U.S. Nagtuturoan sila. I could not afford to lose anybody in the cabinet. Mas lalo na si Delphine. But I don't know if they were just joking, but somebody pointed to him and he said, Del, ikaw na lang yung total sanay ka na rin sa Amerika, matagal ka na doon. Baka gusto mong maging ambassador sa UN. Sabi niya, Mayor, matagal na ako doon. Hanap na lang tayo ng iba. Nahanap ko dito, sino kaya ang makuha ko dito ngayon? We need a very dynamic UN representative, and of course, in our dealings with the United States, we need a very proactive ambassador. Alam mo, marami tayong, well, our relationship with the United States, I mean, so far as I'm concerned, it is going well, but there are certain matters na yung dynamic sa governance. For example, in the matter of this drug crisis, they just don't realize the number that PDEA said that we had about 3 million addicts, and that was about 2 years ago. An assessment that was made to us by General Santiago. A incremental increase by that number, even at a very liberal rate growth, siguro tumubo na yan na something like, just add the 700 now, it has reached the 700 mark of Filipinos who have surrendered and they want to be rehabilitated, or those who are simply afraid of the government's drive. This is no easy problem. 3 million or even just the 600,000 Filipinos already addicted to shabu is a huge and enormous problem for the country. And yet, as any other war, my orders to the AFP Pati Police is to destroy the apparatus of the drug problem in this city, in this province, in this region, in this country. You cannot wage war without killing, and I simply do not take it as a punitive police action. Kaya I'm losing 2 or sometimes 3 military or police officer in this drive. Every day, I was supposed yesterday, but I had this spinal thing going crazy again. I had a migraine that I could not, I vomited in the morning, so I said I could not make it. I had this terrible headache, and this is because of the misaligned somewhere in my spine when I met an accident when I was already 67 years old in a motorcycle spill. But I usually go to places where there's a military man or a policeman who dies in the line of duty. Yan lang ho ang pinakang maibigay ko ring honor para sa kanila, my presence, and to be there and to give them a snappy salute for dying for their country. Meron kaming mga alitan and, they broke protocol. When I was mayor, you can really criticize me, having called me names. But kasi ako kalimutan ng mga ulol na presidente na ako and I represent a country. You just go out, do not go outside of the media and start blubbering your mouth because I represent a sovereign state. However, you do not like it, that is not my business. My business really is to protect the people of the Philippines and to keep intact the integrity of this republic. That is my solemn and sacred duty. Yan ang hindi nila alam, but I really do not. They want me to go to prison. Nakala naman ng mga ulol, magpahuli ako ng buhay. Ay, Ginoo ko. Magsabay na tayo sa impyerno. Sabi ni Bato, alam mo, si Bato na unahan ako sa yabang. Kaya bunot ko dyan. Ayan ang style ko eh. Sinunod na kanya, pati tuloy ako, hindi na makasalida. Limitado na ang papel ko. But Bato has my support. He has been around. I was his ninong when he married many years ago. He was only a second lieutenant here. He earned his force here in Davao City and in Mindanao. And the guy, for all of his faults, is simply loyal to the Republic of the Philippines, not to me. As I've been saying to everybody, do not nurture loyalty to me. I do not need it. You nurture the love of the country, and then you are ready to die for it. Parang ganun. So, itong sa druga, it will remain relentless. It will be sustained, and for the information of everybody, including the United Nations, I take full, legal, and official, gawin mo ng private, liability. Akin yan. Akin lahat yan. And for the military, in the wars that we are waging, and pursuant to my orders to destroy the enemy, I take full responsibility for that. Nobody else's blame. Dito kayo. Sa akin lang. Akin at akin lang. It stops there. So that is how I protect the security forces to really also deliver what is supposed or what is expected by the people. Hindi yung half-cooked na matakot, magbaril dito, matakos may matama, ganyan talaga yung gera. Sabihin mo lang 50,000 drug addicts. O ba, ilagay mo 70, that's manageable. But kung totoo, General Santiago is not a liar, and Pedea, lalo na si Sid, he has been here with us also. Again, he started here in Davao, and he ended, with the rank, and have been keeping here in Davao. Sabi ko, diyan ka lang muna. Because mag-retire na, sabi ko, just stay there because... But I didn't even know that I become president. So, kung na presidente ako, I got him as my PDEA because I trust him fully. Just like Delfin Lorenzana here. I was the mayor and he was the one who brought the battalion of the 1st Ranger Regiment dito sa Ciudad ng Davao. And we worked together. And there were times when the NPAs asked for my presence in the meeting and we had a debate because I'm really used to that. Pero kasi ayaw niya sigurong may mangyari habang nandyan siya, he really refused me to cross Dominga River. But I was ready, as I've always been ready to talk to the communists. Now, shifting to another topic, we are in a best position now. There's a window. It is not really very big, but may window ngayon for us to take stock of everything. We are not fighting the communists. They have declared a truce. In return, I also ordered a ceasefire. But I was ahead by them at the beginning to show my good faith na talagang galing sa puso yung aking offer to talk peace. I unilaterally, very early on, ang problema nung pumunta ako sa mga ospital, especially doon sa AFP Medical Center, tinamaan ng bulag na, kaya ko uminit yung, was it here? Dito. I was visiting the wake of the 3 soldiers who were here sa wake. Dito ako, sabi ko, I'm lifting wala nang ceasefire. Sabi ko, sige, fight na lang kung gusto ninyo. But then again, I sense that they are really also maybe tired of fighting because, you know why? They have allowed the left to join my government. And para lang hindi rin kayo not affect the soldiers and the police. Even during the discussions which brought us at 7 o'clock in the morning, we started at about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yung hatian lang sa power, sabi ko, you can have the mundane departments. DSWD, education, everybody wants our children to be educated. You can have it, except the police and the military, and that includes the Polcom. Hindi talaga. I will not give you any position. It remains to be the commander-in-chief of whoever is the one elected by the Filipino people. Not to me personally, because ako passing lang po. After 6 years, kung aabot ako, pag hindi, sorry, si Lena na lang. May window tayo. We are not fighting the communists. At by the grace of Allah, MIMN have expressed the desire to talk. I salute you guys. They even surrendered the drug addicts under their custody. Which means to say that maybe the MILF, kung maibigay natin yung teritoryo na gusto nila, to which I'm inclined to give, para wala na lang gulo. Total, it's a definite territory also for the arm, but it stretches a little bit, fine. We still have enough land in the entire Republic of the Philippines to make everybody happy. MN, I have yet to hear from Noor, but I said, Noor, if he comes out of his hiding place in Hulo, my advice to you guys, the army and the police and everybody, is that let him be. Let him be. Si Noor, I wouldn't say sick. I hope he's well, but matanda na, hindi na yan tatakbo. And the last thing that I would want is really, if God forbid, wag sana, na kung may mangyari sa kanya, nasa custody natin. So there's nobody of significance in that area who has the preeminence like Normie Suarez. Kung may mangyari niya nandito sa custody natin, we can kiss goodbye about peace in that area. And I'm referring to the Bangsamoro and the Bangsa Tausug. If you want a differentiation of dito, you use Bangsa. Bangsamoro, which is really kay Murad, and Bangsa Tausug. And the only sensible guy there, Sinor. Wala akong ibang nakilala who would carry the influence. But definitely, ang Abu Sayyaf is out of control. And there is only one way to do it. Lalo na yung beheading ng isang bata. Sabi ko nga sabihin sa mga Abu Sayyaf, if they're listening now, at rin nawala ang believe ko sa inyo. Ako may respeto noon you're fighting for freedom. Tama kayo. Tama kayo. There was this historical injustice committed against the Moro people. The Americans may want to know that during their campaign in Mindanao, they slaughtered 600,000 Moro people. What is it to you now that you see 2 or 3 criminal shabu operators? Yan ang sakit kaya tayo nahirapan. Una-una, bago dumating si Magellan, dala-dala niyang reliyon niya, Islam was already ahead. I do not say 1 century. I do not agree with the scholars because I found time to read the archives of Malaysia. Sa trading na, I would put it something like 70 years. Islam was ahead in Mindanao by 70 years. So kayong mga Abu Sayyaf noon, medyo sumasaludo ako. But when you began to slaughter people in front of the camera, and then now you killed an innocent boy, anak, nawawala ang respeto ko sa inyo. So my orders to the armed forces and to the police, destroy them. Destroy them because they are criminals. And we will never have peace in that area there. And even if you grant them autonomy and if they maintain to be bandits, we will never have peace in that land. So, wala din tayong magawa sa useless yung ating peace talks. There's a segment of society in there, Tausug, Yakan, who want peace. And here you are slaughtering people as if they are chickens in front of the public. Sabi ko, nawala ang respeto ko, nawala ang belief ko sa inyo. Kaya would not hesitate to order the armed forces of the Philippines, kill them. Destroy them. Destroy. Pati itong droga. This will pull down this country. And I have given you the resources, the books and everything. 3 to 7 years. The reason, I'll tell you now for the first time. Do you know the reason why I also agreed with Congress, some congressman, to postpone the barangay elections? Do you know why? Because I am afraid that the drug money will seep into the electoral process. You will just be adding to our headache people na kung sino manalo ngayon, those that are funded by drug money will win at kailangan mo nang mag-martial law para to eliminate all. Which I will never do in the first place. Mahirapan na tuloy tayo. The reason why, of course, second is money. You have to spend billions. Di itulong mo na lang yan sa mga rehab. I have to build the rehab centers. As a matter of fact, I ordered you, the military guys, to give us a space there in your camp because kayo may mga malalaking teritoryo binigay ng gobyerno. You have reservations numbering into hundreds of hectares. Give a little space in the mountains. Wag dito. Not in there. You cannot rehabilitate these guys there if they remain You have to isolate them and treat them as if, and for those that cannot be repaired, because as the forensics, Amerikano lang rin nagbigay sa atin yan that 6 to 1 month incessant use every day of shabu will shrink the brain of a person. And these are really the legal insanity na. They are no longer functional. They become dysfunctional with a family that's maghiwalay lang. Alam ninyo yan. Marami yan. Naghiwalay na dahil sa droga. In the upper class, almost 90% pag nandroga, hiwalay na. Magsabi ka lang, in the upper class strata in the Philippines of 50,000, about 45,000 na sa droga yung mga asawa nila. Wala na. So, kawawa yung bata, kawawa yung pamilya. And itong mga human rights, just what they say, hindi nila binilang yung namatay noong hindi pa ako presidente. At yung mga bata na nirape. At yung mga bata na hinahatsak. Mutilated because he's seeing the devil and he kills his father. Sabi ko, crime against humanity. In the first place, I'd like to be frank with you, are the humans. What is your definition of a human being? Tell me. Human rights. Use it properly in the right context, if you have the brains. Now, if your gray matter between the ears is melting, I cannot help you. Ganon ang tingin mo. So I have, mabutit na lang, I'm very sorry it took me time to talk to the ambassador of China. We were there. We were discussing for hours. Lahat na, China about Laos and what to say in the coming months. And it always ends up with hindi naman lahat, there are so many contentious issues. And even just to agree on the things that we are agreeable, mahirapan na ako. Much more for the things that we disagree with. Kaya pang minsan inabot na kami niya ng umaga rin. But I have to sacrifice time, and even if I'm really because of my edit, I had to listen to him to respond properly. So wala tayong masyadong conflict dyan. I'm trying to avoid a conflict because I want the window to remain open para sa atin. So wala na tayong away sa MN. Kung meron man sporadic, intermittent, but I said, kukunti lang yan. Not the lives really, but in proportion to the dimensions of the conflict. Wala tayong NPA, MN is medyo silent, then MI has agreed to talk. So we have this time to concentrate on the front sa drug, pati doon sa extremism. So we have only two, and they are just a few. Kaya natin yan pulpugin. Totoo lang. If we unleash really the firepower of the armed forces, ang problema lang baka may, it will so inflame passions because pag may bata tinamaan. But kung talagang tudasin natin yan, matapos natin isang linggo yan. To the last month. So we are lucky that we're able to focus on dito sa Abu Sayyaf. And dito you do not have to kill, I can assure you. Guys, you do not have to kill. If you can capture them, announce your authority. I'd like to respond to the Chief Justice. And as much as possible, I want to be respectful as I can ever be. Madam Justice, you are again wrong. when you say, do not allow yourself to be arrested if there is no warrant. You will be, dagdagan mo ang patay niyan. Kasi kung sabihin mo sa tao ngayon na walang warrant, may baril ako, may droga ako dito, hearing your words, do not allow yourself to be arrested without a warrant is a very dangerous statement. You will promote anarchy, the things that you really fear. There is no anarchy under my watch. 800, even 5,000, could it cause anarchy? Alam mo, there are ways of doing it. And may I lecture the public, hindi kayo, sa Supreme Court. Ways of, you can arrest a person with a warrant, and that is the order of the court to any security or police, military. Arrest this guy. It is directed to you. Second is an arrest without a warrant. When? When a guy is committing a crime in your presence. Nagtatakos ng sabu dyan. O nagbabaril ng tao. O naabutan mo, nakapatong, nire-rape niya. That is committing a crime in your presence or had in fact committed. Pagdating mo, nagtakbuhan sila, hindi natapos yung takusan nila sa tapos tumakbo o naghihitan. You can pursue them to the ends of the world as long as it is a continuous man. Or a crime is about to be committed. Kung magsabi nito, putang ina mo, babarilin kita. And if you are there, just announce, adre, gobyerno ako, arme o pulis ako, arestado ka, bawal yung ginagawa mo. Or simply saying, yan bang baril mo may lisensya? If he's a terrorist, hawak-hawak ang granada. Ibig sabihin, magtakbo ka pa sa korte, magkuha ka ng warrant? So, ang judge, mga pilosopo pa yung mga buang, baski ako nung piskal ako, magpunta dito yung, I don't have to name them, but may isa akong judge dito, sinipa ko talaga. Sinipa ko sa opisina niya. Kick him. Ayaw magpirma. So, nagdududa ako, yung mga pulis apurado. Itong putang inan to, either nagsisirbato ito doon sa kabila. Sabi ko, Judge, putang mo, sipain kita. Sabi niya, sige, sipain mo. Pumunta ko doon sa opisina niya, sinipa ko, aga ikaw ngayon. Gusto mo, barilin kita? Sabi niya, wag. O, lagi. Putang ina. You know, I was once contempt of court. May kaso ako, wala akong witness. Tatlong lang, silang tatlo, they committed the crime of murder, yung taxi driver. Wala akong witness. Yung list, yung hindi talaga, yung isa, nawakan niya sa leg, yung isa, kinun niya yung bayag. Masakit yan, talagang paralyzed yung tao. Yung isa naman, was just watching. So sabi ko, sige, ikaw na yung witness ko, payag ka mag-testigo against your co-accused. Yes. So I filed a motion to drop him from the criminal complaint information. Alam mo, pag-present ko sa niya, bumaliktad. Nagdepensa tuloy doon uli. Kasi sinipa ko. Problema, ako tuloy yung napreso. Instead siya, ako ang nauna doon sa presuhan. Bayad pa ako ng 5,000 ng yawa. Direct contempt eh. So, I mean, it's about to be committed, actually committing in your presence, or had in fact committed. Sino? Yun, sir, si Commander, ano yun? O si Commander, yun, ano? May alam naman nila yan kasi may mga litrato yan. Di habulin mo, hanapin mo eh. Pag hindi mo ginawa, dereliction of duty ka. Mali talaga. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but do not give such statements. You will, sabi mo, you're afraid of this country sliding to anarchy. At no other time, ang streets ng Manila are almost freed of criminals. Maglakad ka, ma'am, at find out. Anong paningin mo? Would the military, armed forces, and the police agree that I will do some thing that would create anarchy? At tapos they remain loyal to me? Ako ang unang papatay niyan, ma'am. Totoo lang. They have no loyalty to me. These guys are loyal to the Constitution and the flag. And for as long as I'm doing right, they will support me. If I have the tendency to go ahead with anarchy and be a dictator, I know they will execute me. Yan ang totoo kung gusto mo talagang malaman. These guys have only the eyes, the flag of the Republic of the Philippines, and the written manifestation of the flag is our Constitution. So, wala tayo sa NPA, may wala tayo sa China Sea. We avoid trouble with them. Hindi pa natin kaya. Sinabi ko, Mr. Ambassador, I will not talk about it. But when we are in front of each other in a bilateral talk, dahil dalawa lang, then I would state my case. Yan. I have this arbitral judgment. We will not go out of the four corners of this paper. Then let us talk. But not now. It's not the right time to talk about it. There are so many conferences doing it. If you start it, it's going to be a multilateral crying. And that is very dangerous because pag nag-withdraw ang China sa formal talks, then it could only mean one thing. Now, our way towards the future. Philippines is going to experience another spasm. When? I do not know. Sigurado yan. So, we prepare. Within our limited talent or capacity, we cannot really produce the missiles and things. But yung ating nalaman lang how to fight a war, win or lose, wala tayong pakialam. Basta we fight. It will come maybe sooner than later. But we have to prepare. So we have to also to end these small wars here because we have to focus on a new Secretary Lorenzana asked for 20. I said, I can only give you 10 this year. I will give it to you. 10,000 more. Then I would like to be medyo bata talaga. Because kung hindi magdating, magpasalamat tayo sa Diyos. But there's always the standing army to protect us. Never mind how many. Even if it really causes an imbalance in the budget, it is always good to have men there ready to fight and die, rather than having them at all and just surrender, just like a meek lamb there. That cannot happen. Hindi yan. Hindi pwede sa atin. As a national, hindi natin kaya na magganon lang. So, we prepare. It is up to you guys to make the projections, how to deal with it. And in the meantime, I said, we take advantage of these windows that are really open to us now. We just talk about peaceful things. They're doing well. We have declared the ceasefire. Just observe it, please. Para they can talk there without a raucous and everything. But I said, do not be too, because if you ask me, and I can tell you privately, it will come. when it will come. You can ask Secretary Lorenzana. We had a very serious discussion. President Ramos and some other guys. It's good to be prepared. Pero alam ko na I can always rely on the armed forces to keep the integrity of this republic. And do not be afraid. Kung panahon ko yan, ako ang mauna. Patahian mo lang ako ng ganang uniforme na ganon. Yung smarte. Ito na. Kung mangyari yan, ako, I swear to God, ako ang mauna doon. Mas mauna yung, mas maganda yung inilibing ka, maraming magsalot, may kurtas pa, hilain ka ng kabayo. Kung patanda ako sa buhay na ito, mamatay ako 90 years old. Mamatay si Duterte, sino yan? Yung, never heard. Ano kinamatay? Bangungot, putang ina. Sakyan ko na lang yung bala ng kanyon nila. You know, just a joke, but just to you, really, when the time comes, I will be there to join you. Lead, mas marunong kayo sa akin. But to be there to share with you, to defend this republic, sabay-sabay tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we call on once again ISMINCOM Commander Lieutenant General Guerrero to give the memento to the President. The memento symbolizes the command's continuous efforts in working together for positive change towards peace and development. Daghang salamat sa atong pinangga na presidente. Mabuhay